know how many people spray perfume every day? Turns out around 1 billion bottles are sold around the world every single year. That's billions of people applying scents that started as flowers, woods, or even tree fungus. But what is the process actually like of turning a liquid that starts on a farm into a bottle worth hundreds or even millions? Well, let's uncover it all here in the process world. Perfume has been around for over 4,000 years, starting with ancient civilizations like Mesopotamia and Egypt. Back then, it was more than just a fragrance. It was used in rituals, healing, and even as a symbol of power. In Egypt, priests and pharaohs wore it daily, while Greek and Roman cultures expanded the practice with oils, herbs, and imported resins. The big breakthrough came in the Islamic Golden Age, when scientists like Avicenna perfected distillation, allowing pure essential oils to be extracted, a major turning point in perfume history. By the 1700s, France took the lead, turning perfume into a luxury industry. The town of Grasse became the heart of it all, known for producing some of the world's finest scents. What began as a spiritual and cultural tradition evolved into fashion and personal identity. And even today, every bottle of perfume carries a little piece of that history, crafted with techniques that were shaped over thousands of years. Fast forward from royal chambers to lavender-covered hills. This is where today's perfume journey truly begins. Lavender is one of the most important raw ingredients in perfumery, and the kind grown in Provence, France is world-class. These farms don't just smell incredible, they supply nearly half of the globe's lavender. But growing it isn't simple. Weeds compete for nutrients, so farmers use specialized machines that lift the plants and blast steam to keep unwanted growth away, all while protecting the delicate stems. Timing is everything. Farmers constantly check the flower's color and oil levels to know when they're ready. If the bloom turns dull or dry, the quality drops fast. The ideal harvest window lasts just a few weeks, and the best flowers are picked early in the morning when the oil concentration is at its highest. Lavender only starts blooming properly in its second year, so every harvest is the result of long, careful preparation. When the time comes, harvesters built specifically for lavender sweep through the fields, slicing clean at the base and collecting stems onto conveyors. Each cut matters. From the moment a flower is sniffed, its value depends on speed, technique, and handling. The more precise the harvest, the stronger and smoother the final fragrance will be. Once harvested, the clock starts ticking. Those flowers head straight into a machine that's about to change everything, a distillery. In this stage, the process kicks off inside massive stainless steel containers called stills. Workers load in around 5 tons of lavender stems per batch. That's a lot, but it has to be packed tight. Any air gaps lower the oil yield, so they make sure that every inch counts. Once it's sealed shut, steam is injected from the bottom at a low pressure. Over the next 15 minutes, the steam slowly rises through the compacted lavender. This heat causes the oil glands in the petals to burst open, releasing their aromatic contents. That steam, now carrying the oil, exits the still and moves into the condenser pipe. Inside the condenser, cold water is introduced. As the hot steam hits the cold metal, it cools down and turns back into liquid. What you get from that is a mix of water and lavender oil. And here's where the chemistry makes life easier. Lavender oil floats to the top of the water. That makes it easier to separate and collect. From 5 tons of flowers, you only get about 50 liters of oil. That's why pure essential oil is so valuable. Now when we've got the oil, it's time to let it rest and grow into something even richer. The fresh lavender essence is stored in barrels, often for several months. During that time, the oil naturally settles and mellows out. Harsh notes fade away and the richer, deeper tones start to come forward. It's a slow process, but it's what gives oil its depth and character. Perfumers know exactly when it's ready. They test the scent over time, checking how it evolves. When it reaches the perfect balance, still powerful but now smooth and rounded, that's when it's finally good enough for blending. This aging stage is crucial. Skipping it means the perfume doesn't smell refined. Letting it rest gives the oil time to develop complexity, which helps it work better with other ingredients later on. The more mature the oil, the stronger the final fragrance feels on the skin. Once the oil is ready, it meets the masterminds behind every great scent, the perfumers. This is where perfumers, often called noses, take over. They don't just throw ingredients together. They build fragrance step by step like a recipe, carefully with years of training behind every drop. A typical perfume has 3 layers: top notes, middle notes, and base notes. The top notes hit first. These are light and quick, like citrus or herbs. Then comes the middle notes, usually florals or spices, which hold the heart of the scent. Finally, the base notes kick in. These are deep, long-lasting ingredients like vanilla, sandalwood, or musk. To get the right blend, perfumers use dozens of oils, sometimes 50 or more. They test each mix on small paper strips called blotters. A scent might smell fine at first, but turn sour an hour later. So they keep tweaking. They know how each ingredient behaves over time and how it reacts when mixed with others. At this point, the perfume formula has a scent locked in, but it's still too strong and thick to go straight into the bottle. What happens next is all about refining it into something wearable, smooth, and long-lasting. First comes the dilution. The concentrated fragrance oils are mixed with high-purity alcohol. This alcohol acts as the carrier. It helps spread the scent on your skin and into the air. Without it, the perfume would just sit flat and wouldn't perform the way it should. Depending on the type, like eau de parfum or eau de toilette, the amount of alcohol added changes. Once the distillation is done, the mixture is left to mature again. This time, the goal is to let the alcohol and oils fully blend. It's like letting flavors settle in a sauce. If it's rushed, the scent can come out uneven or off balance. A few weeks is usually enough to bring it all together. Then it goes through cooling. The blend is chilled to help keep any impurities or cloudiness drop out of the liquid. It helps polish the perfume, giving it that clean and clear appearance when it's poured into the bottle. After cooling, it's passed through fine filters to catch anything left behind, tiny particles or wax residues that don't belong. The result is a smooth, crystal clear perfume with a consistent scent in every single spray. While the scent gets perfected, another team is shaping the bottles, literally with fire and glass. Before the perfume even reaches your hands, the bottle itself is made from scratch. That process starts with fire. A real perfume bottle doesn't come off a shelf. It's formed in a furnace using raw materials like silica sand, sodium carbonate, and limestone. These ingredients are mixed together and heated at extremely high temperatures until they melt into a thick, glowing liquid. Once the mixture hits the right consistency, it's poured into custom molds shaped to match the perfume's brand design. That mold defines everything: the size, the curves, even how it feels in your hand. After molding, the bottles go through a slow cooling process called annealing. This helps prevent cracks or internal stress in the glass. For certain high-end products, the bottles may also be tempered afterward. That means even more controlled heating and cooling to make them stronger and more resistant to breakage. Once cooled, they're cut and polished. Sharp edges are removed and details are refined to give each bottle a flawless finish. Some are etched and others are decorated with paint, foil, or decals, whatever fits the brand style. It's not just packaging, it's part of the whole luxury experience. When the final design is complete, these empty glass shells are sent into the filling line. And from here, it's all about precision and presentation. In this stage, machines fill each glass bottle with the exact amounts of fragrance, ensuring consistency from batch to batch. Then comes the sealing. Spray nozzles are locked in with careful alignment to guarantee that the scent sprays evenly. Every bottle is also marked with a batch code, which acts like a tracking ID, helping manufacturers trace its origin if needed. Now it's time to dress the bottle. For luxury perfumes, presentation matters as much as the performance. Labels are often applied by hand, one by one, to keep everything perfectly aligned. The packaging design is carefully thought out, including the fonts, colors, and even the texture of the box. Some brands go all out, using embossed finishes, metallic foils, or velvet inserts to make the unboxing experience feel special. Now, while Europe shaped the modern perfume market, the Middle East kept something just as powerful, and maybe even more personal. In the Middle East, the fragrance is more than a luxury, it's a part of daily life. Perfume is worn throughout the day, used in homes, and shared in a gesture of respect. Unlike the alcohol-based sprays popular in the West, many Middle Eastern perfumes are oil-based. These rich oils are applied directly to the skin and can last far longer, often releasing their scent slowly and deeply over time. And well, scientists themselves are unmistakable. At the heart of many of these scents is oud, one of the most valuable perfumes in the Middle East. Extracted from the infected heartwood of Achalaria trees, oud develops slowly and naturally, making it incredibly rare and expensive. Its scent is deep, smoky, and unforgettable. So now that you've seen what it takes to create a single bottle of perfume, let me ask you this. If someone handed you the most expensive perfume on earth, would you spray it on? Or save it for a scent nobody else gets to wear? Share your thoughts in the comments section below.